Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bowl with Value. I'm Valerie Bercier, and this week we're going to compare the Radical Outer Limits to the Radical Outer Limits Pearl. Stay tuned and find out how they compare.
This brings up by 12. Pass it. Really good look.
Okay, here we are. Got warmed up on lane 2. It's a typical house pattern. Gonna try the big dot second arrow. Gonna start with the original Outer Limits. It's got that hybrid cover stock. And then I'll switch to the new Outer Limits Pearl. And then kind of switch back, see how they compare. So I'll start here. I think I'm pretty warmed up. Big dot second arrow. Can somebody put in the comments that they actually think leaving an 8-pin is a good shot? Is it a bad rack? Did the ball roll out? Is it just like a true tap? I want to know what you think about that. Sometimes for me, it is like a, how did that not strike, you know? Let's try that again. Not nearly as good of a quality shot, and I struck. That's a good sign. I would say, especially after a really good shot 8-pin. The Outer Limits was a favorite ball of mine when I had it and I was bowling. Tour event last year, I used it quite a little bit actually. I got that one much further right. It did not spark. That's something to take note because I'm curious if the Pearl cover stock, if I get it there, if it will spark because it's a Pearl. So we'll see. I'm trying to hit my target this shot. See if it can be a better result. Much better. I love the smoothness of this ball. So it's got an RG of 2.51, differential of 0.51, and an intermediate differential of 0.14. So that's for the 14 pound. Because I see my box over there. That's what the box says in my typical layout. All right, a couple more shots with this. I'm gonna stay in the same spot. Nice, that was high flush. So now why don't I make like a 3 and 2 left? See what it looks like. We'll kind of test the limits of the bowling ball. I'm gonna try to look around 12 or like in between the second and third arrow. Oh, I got it way right. Not the easiest house pattern, I guess. Can try again, not try to swing it so far right. And then we'll switch to the Pearl and see what that does. All right, here we go. Just moving a little further left. There we go. All right. So got it online, caught a little bit more oil, didn't quite get there. Left a flat 10. Or like it's kind of a weaker 10 because it just did not drive through the pocket like it was when I was a little bit further right. Cool. So why don't I just try the outer limits? Pearl. I'm gonna move back to where I was before I left that flat 10. So kind of big dot second arrow here. So remember I mentioned that when I got that one right into the dry, it did not spark? That one did. Good to know. Because that was a beautiful reaction. I'm just gonna throw it again, same spot. Maybe we can move a little further left with this one and see if it has a different reaction. Here we go, second shot. The outer limits pearl, sliding around 19. By the way, I don't know if this is like, so I actually I mark where I line up with the inside of my foot. So it's easier for you to see where I slide too. If some people do the middle of their toe, but that's kind of a little difficult for somebody else to see where exactly you slide. I learned that in college at the University of Nebraska. Our coaches were super particular about where we were standing, sliding, all of that. So we had to make it really consistent. So when I said 19, I slid. So why don't we make that 3 and 2 move, see if this has a different reaction. So lining up at like 18, looking like 13-ish. Oh, got it right. Yeah, so I slid like 22-ish, 21, 22. There's no boards on these lanes. Oh, more difficult. I cannot believe I got back. And I really think it's just the pearl coverstock allows it to go a little bit cleaner through the front. I don't know if cleaner is the right word to use, but it, to me, it looks like it skids through the front better, grabs the friction, turns the corner. Whereas the outer limits, it's just smoother. So when you need something like that, if this is like way too jerky, you don't want to use it. You want to use something that's smoother. All right, let's try that again. Same spot. Oh, got it in. I have lots of room with this ball. You know, I really like, I mean, on this pattern right now, the outer limits pearl appears to have a much better reaction. It's a little bit more forgiving. So I'll throw one more. Let me go a couple more left and then see what the hybrid does again, or the original. So I'll go to 21 with my feet, sliding a little further left than that. Definitely got it right. It made it back. I'll try same shot with the original over there. See what it looks like. Actually, my intention is not to get it as far right. And it still got further right. And just, it was not as quick response. So the pearl is definitely a quicker response bowling ball. On this particular house pattern, it's a great shape. Just seems like the hybrid's just too slow, too lopey. I mean, if I want to play further right and like jam it in to the pocket, then the Outer Limits original would be a great option. If I want to play like my natural loopy game, I would choose the pearl on this. So why don't I do that? I'll just move a little further right with this one, see if I can strike again, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, I don't have that much room. It seems like that grabbed the front a lot more. It's just not as consistent of a reaction as what I was, or not even consistent, but as forgiving of a reaction as I had with the Outer Limits pearl. So one more with this one, because I like to end on a strike. So good. All right, that's it for this week. Thanks for checking out the comparison of the Radical Outer Limits, which is discontinued, to the Outer Limits Pearl, which is still available. If you haven't already, like and subscribe and leave us a comment. Let us know which bowling ball you'd like to see compared within the brands of Brunswick. We actually chose this comparison from the comment section of last week because we do this every week. And with that, we'll see you next week. Still striking.